Hey, what's up guys? Dr. M3 here in the Tesla Model Y Juniper Long Range Edition. Well, I'm here today at Urban Auto Works to do a really important installation. Now, as you know, I had a Model Y Performance before. I loved that car. I put almost 150,000 miles on it. But this car is missing something that, in my view, is really critical. And we're gonna fix that today. I'm going to show you what that is in just a moment. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on, so you'll get these videos and others when I post them. And trust me, there's some really awesome stuff that's coming up. You're going to want to subscribe. So let's get to it. Here we go. So what we're going to be unboxing today is an accessory screen for the Tesla Model Y Juniper. Now, it's great, there's this nice big screen, it's high resolution, but what's missing, what's something that I really appreciate is CarPlay. So we have a 9.6-inch screen here from Teslasy, which is their new version that also supports blind spot detection. So I'm just gonna do a quick unboxing, show you what's on the inside. So in the box, I love, it has almost like an Apple-esque unboxing feel. So I'll show you what you get. You get some of the connectors, Tesla Model Y Juniper, some zip ties. You have the extension cable, which you may use. There's a trim removal kit, and here is the screen itself. Now this screen also has, the old one I had actually blocked the vents. This new screen actually has a pass-through, so you don't block the vent and you kind of get the cooling function. So this is the new screen, and it has blind spot detection that gets transmitted over. So we're going to go ahead and do the installation, show how easy this is to do in the Model Y Juniper. Let's get to it. So the first thing you're going to do is, to get this going, you're going to need to remove the rubber stripping around the edge of the car here. So I'll show you what that looks like. You really need your hands, and there's going to be a trim removal kit, a tool that you use, but you really don't have to use a lot of that now. So gently just pull back, and you don't have to remove the entire trim here. You just need to remove it all the way back to about this B pillar here. Okay, so just get it out of the way. The next thing you're going to do is this trim piece. And again, you can either use a trim removal tool, or you can just use your hand and pull. And again, these are all just clips. You just pull forward and it will come right out. This is the last one. Good, they all came out. It's that simple. No tools? Good, now you have access to the portions here. Well, the next thing, as I said, you're going to need is a trim removal tool. And, now you know I'm no mechanic, but there's a clip that you need to remove here. It's fairly simple to get to. And just go pull it forward, and it should come right out. Should come right out. This comes straight out. Then the next step is just removing this trim piece here. And again, it's all just clips. So you getting this? And this comes out. We're going to put this aside. Once you have the trim removed, you'll be able to see all the components that you really need to get to. There's a power connector here, as well as the OBD2 port and the pass-through where you're going to connect the screen in just a moment. So the next step is going to be removing the trim piece here on the dashboard. Again, in this case, you can use your hands. They're mostly clips, but you're going to probably want to use a trim removal clip. You can start just with your hands by pushing up. And again, if you have the trim removal tool, if you just twist, the clips are on the edges here. It's just a matter of going around, trying to get it started, it won't break. Again, all clips, there you go. You just go, and you can use the trim tool around, and it'll just pop out or all around the edges. So again, because it's the first time we're removing these panels, maybe you need to put a little bit more force behind it. So it may take a little bit of effort, especially if it's the first time you're doing this. But the last clip is there, and then this whole thing comes out as one. You may be a little concerned about it. You're not going to hurt it. It just requires just a little bit of elbow grease behind it, but you'll get it out. All right. Once we've got that done, we are now going to get things prepped for the installation. There's one other panel that we may need to get access to. I'll show you that in a moment. So we're going to need to fish a line through to be able to connect to the connector. So let me show you what we did. In this case, we had some zip ties, so we put a bunch of them together. We're fishing it in through this hole, and we're going to come out from a couple of different areas here. It can come in out through here or here. Doesn't really matter. We just need to get this on the end. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take our connection wire, and we're going to use just some tape here. And we're just going to connect it, have it just get covered here. So as you know, safety comes first. So before you do any electrical work on a Tesla or any car, or anything for that matter, you need to go and turn the power off. So we're going to go under car, we're going to go under safety, and we are going to power down the car completely. Power off. Power off. And that's it. Next step, let's complete the process. So we've got it here, fishing it up. And again, it's important that you actually take a look to make sure that you have the right connector side. Otherwise, you don't want to be in trouble. And so that's pretty good there. We're going to fish the next portion through the center here, try to come up on the other side in the middle. I'm going to show you that in just a second here. So we can keep going. I'm going to make a modification to what we've done here because we want to really tape that down to make it as tight as possible. So here we go. So you have the connector side, which is really important here. You have the part that's going to go into the OBD2 port. You'll have an accessory left behind. We have the power and the pass-through that we're going to do. And then, of course, this is the module that your cable, your extension cable, connects to your unit. So let's go ahead and do this part. So if you recall, we turned the power off to the system. So there's a clip here, and there's a part that you push down and then pull up, and it should just come right out. This is the power. Now, the next thing you're going to do is from the accessory cable that you're going to go ahead and plug that in, like that. And then you're going to take the power from the Tesla itself and plug it in the other section. And it goes like so. And so we're in. So the next thing you need to do is to plug into the OBD2 port, which is right here. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. It goes this way. You're going to go ahead and plug in. And now you still have an accessory port if you decide to put other accessories on later. We have the connector to the unit, and so we're going to plug that in to this here. It's pretty straightforward, simple like that. And you're good. Perfect. We're going to tuck these cables away in a second. Now we're going to go back up top and we're going to continue fishing our line all the way over the extension cord, all the way over, so the unit can be installed right in front of the driver. We'll do that in a second. Here we go. As I said, we want to make this as small and tight as possible, so we don't want it to stick out from the rest of the cable. So there we're going to go. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to fish it from here through here. You're probably going to need to go towards the back here, and you're going to be able to get it out of this hole, right? So there it is. And again, it requires a little bit of, play back and forth here. but just be patient, take your time, and it will come through. So here is perfect. There is the cable so far. So now that's about as much play that we have. We have the extension cable, the other one that we're going to put on from the screen here over there. So let's stop here for just a moment and I'll show you the next step. Go ahead and remove that tape that got our zip tie connected to our connecting wire, and make sure it doesn't fall back in. And so you have the two ends. You can go ahead and connect them, push them in. You should get a little bit of a clip. And then as you can see on the monitor here, we now have power. So I'm going to just take this off so you can see what this looks like. It's not fully in place yet, but you can start seeing some of the information, including the door being open there, coming up on the screen. So looks like we have power, and we're going to do the setup here in just a second, but let's just go ahead now and just put away the extra cable that we have, and then we can start putting the trim and panels back together. All right, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and made sure that this is centered on the driver. You can see the 0 here is just about down the center of the Tesla. Then I've also done, we've fished the cord all the way back. We're going to zip tie it and kind of tidy up the area in the footwell on the passenger side, and then we're going to go through and set this all up so you can see CarPlay and everything else, but you can see some information here, the odometer. You can see that the status update on the car, temperature, speedo, the range to empty here, and we're going to show you CarPlay in just a second. So we're basically going to do the opposite of the trims that we took apart. So we're going to put the dashboard trim on, then we'll clean up the other things on the other side. Now this part, you can do it by yourself, but I'll have a trusty mate here who's going to help me get this all done pretty quickly. So we're going to pass this through. We're going to make sure that the clips line up here, and it's pretty straightforward. You just snap them in place, and it's good. And that's it. So the dashboard trim is back in place, nice and level. And then what we're going to do is, are the clips on the front? Just, you may want to just double check, and it feels like they're fully in place. Looks good. Then we're going to put this trim here, if you recall, that we took out. And this also has clips. So it clips back in place. So just make sure it lines up. Tuck all the cables under here. And there are clips, so hold on, let's make sure that we get them all back in the right place. This trim, and it's just to push back. And then your rubber trim, you can just go and sort of get that all back in position. Pretty easy. Then we're going to put this piece that we took off. Then we just put the final part here for the rubber trim. And that's it. We are now back together. So the next step is to show you all the features of this new screen by Teslasy. I'm so happy that I'm going to have CarPlay again, but we have some other features there as well that I want to demonstrate. So let's get into the car and go for a ride. So we're going to go ahead and hit connect for CarPlay, and we should see it come up over here as a new, there it is. Now we got CarPlay here. So that's great. So that's the first step, and so we can, you know, we're going to be able to rearrange what we want on here. It doesn't have, so it has Waze. This is perfect. We're not going to drive home now. but it also has our Spotify. It's going to load this. All this is coming from obviously your phone, WhatsApp. You have all your apps. So we're going to just rearrange all of this. Now, let's go and just do some other settings here. I don't know. Oh, wow. That's the seat. It's doing the massage thing. No way. I didn't think that was an option. No, it's seriously, it's bolstering the seat. Wow. That's something new. I didn't know that. It's turning the seat into a massaging seat. You can make it the clock time. Hold on, let's go back there. Steering, what is this? I don't know. We'll find out some of these features here. So here's, guys, what I'm going to do is, apparently there are some additional features that I didn't know that this unit has. So what I just pressed here was a massaging seat. I can actually feel the lumbar support moving back and forth, which is new because that's not a feature in Tesla itself. You don't have that option. So that's kind of new. So you'll notice that with the system, there are 4 different basic UIs. So we're going to swipe down and go into settings, and you'll see that you've got UI 1, which is kind of basic. Then you'll go into UI 2. So we're going to go back into, there it is, UI 2. Hold on, go down, UI 2. Go back over. You can see you have speedometer, the car status, and I think there's something else that fills in the other side. Let's go to UI 3. Again, settings, UI 3. And so this is pretty cool. If the door is closed, I'm going to close the door here. So you can see it gives you a status. It will update in a second. Go to the next view here, swipe down, go to settings. Let's go to UI 4. Slightly different here. Why does it say the door is open? Okay, I don't know. Keep going. And then I think that's it. There are a couple others below that, right? There are 5 UIs, I guess. Or was that 3 again? So yeah, there are 5 UIs here. So if you don't want CarPlay, you just kind of want other quick information on the car, there you have it. It's kind of right in front of you. Then you've got CarPlay, and again, all the things, all the apps that you can get out of CarPlay, you can get over here. I tend to like Waze. I run with Waze. You can see your media is also forwarded over. And one of the things that's really interesting on this Teslasy T9 is that, I think this is a T9 or T10, there's a new version, is that you'll have blind spot detection. So the unit on either side, and I'll show you that while we're driving, will come up and kind of highlight on the right or the left, or both, frankly, if you have cars that are in your blind spot. So it's a pretty cool feature that we now have with this unit. Well, anyway, guys, that's just about it for the installation. I'll show you more as we go along and new features come up. There's a feature here that I just mentioned that I'm still trying to figure out, this lumbar massaging support, which is pretty cool. That's not a native app. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this video. This is an awesome addition. I'm so excited finally to get CarPlay. That's in front of me, and all the other features too as well, including that new feature that I don't think you have in a regular Tesla. I want to say a special shout out and thank you to Urban Auto Works for letting us in the shop. If you can see around, they've got some incredible cars here. They do incredible work. If you're in the Pittsburgh area or you want some specialty work done on all your makes and models, both US and European cars, exotics and sports cars, hit them up. I also want to say thank you to Teslasy for sponsoring this video. There is a special discount code. If you want one of these units, put in Dr. M3. I have the link below. And special thanks to Matt behind the camera to helping me shoot this video. Once again, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on. Peace.